Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to RLCraft. So, since last episode, it's super foggy today. Anyways, I have been working on this little area, as you can see, and we do have 6 chupacabras in here now, and we have 6 pinkies in here now as well, which is great. And then we have this little space up here where we can walk around above the pens. It's still got a lot of work to go, but it's steadily coming along, bit by bit. So, anyways, today what we are going to do, we're going to take a break from working on the base for an episode, maybe 2. Something just died right there. Because there's something that I would like to get here pretty quickly. And that is, I'd like to start getting into forgotten items. If you recall, a while back we found one of these runes. And I'd like to get one more because I can't make the rune reader until I get a second crafting rune. And this is going to be super great for us, getting the rune reader. Even just the basic one's fine. We will probably push on to the advanced one, but I will say you don't necessarily need the advanced one, so it's actually not that big of a thing. As long as you know what the items do, which you can figure out what they do in JEI. But anyways, I want to start working towards, and this is start working towards, like, once we get these pieces, I'm not just going to drop these armor pieces and just equip them, because I want to start working up different enchantments for them, and instead of just going with like standard protection, I would like to go with maybe advanced protection or possibly even supreme protection. Hey, there's a trite. Alright, somehow they get out of the corners of that nether portal. I'd like to start working towards getting the golem armor. Now, like the headpiece, for example, I don't think there's anything that even comes close to having the same stats or close to the same stats on anything as the golem helmet. The chest plate, I do know it's a little bit weaker on locational armor because this is 15, whereas this is 22.5. But let's see, the Tide Guardian stuff has better locational armor toughness, but lower locational armor. But the thing about the Golem set is you've got that knockback resistance, which actually if you have all 4 sets on, or all 4 pieces on, you're immune to knockback. If I recall, there's like an enchantment or an item that does the knockback resistance as well. I think, maybe not. Anyways, Forgotten Items actually has a lot of really nifty things in it. But we're going to have to get ourselves a rune reader to actually start accessing this. And it's going to be a very long process, which we'll get into a bit more as, you know, as we work on different things. But this armor is very, very good. I think the chest plate is about the only piece that doesn't come up to like the Tide Guardian or the Dragon armor. As far as stats, the boots have the same locational armor, but it blows it away on toughness and knockback resistance. But the chest plate, I'm still planning on running this, even though it has the lower locational armor, because it blows away armor toughness, and it also has that knockback resistance, which is quite handy to have. So we are going to start working towards that, but like I said, it's going to be a bit of a process to do that. But luckily, we do have one rune as of right now, which is this one right here. And we should be, whenever we loot these, we should get one of these different ones. And basically the way Forgotten Items works is each of these runes corresponds to one of these items that you see here, but you don't know how to make these items until you actually read the runes that relate to the item. Because basically it's etched onto a tablet, and you have to translate the tablet to know what goes into making said item. Once you figure it out, you won't have to like get more of the runes. You only need one of these runes, you know, to initially make the stuff, or to make as many of the things as you want to. So, anyways, we're gonna head over to let's check Ray Redmad. Maybe it was this place. Yeah, it was this place. Okay, so we're gonna go down inside of this dungeon. And these dungeons are going to be a bit bigger, so we should be able to use our summons and then not get stuck. Which, before I go down, actually, let me get my inventory sorted and my summoning staff sorted. And I also want to go ahead and summon our Shade pet. And I did some adjustments to our summoning because we do have some nice new pets that we can use. I've got this little guy set to aggressive. These two we're not going to be using there. These are more overworld summons, of course. And this guy's supposed to be set to assist. Yeah, which I'm going to set the Gen because these actually combo together. But we haven't really found a place in the overworld that really necessitates using those. But and I've got this guy set to aggressive. And then, of course, I've got my Aegis set to defensive. And let's go ahead and... Let's see. We'll start with Aegis. I'm going to summon a few of those. Or probably just one of them to be my defensive pet that stays by my side and protects me if I get attacked. And then we're going to drop down a couple bigger guys, which actually... Yeah, their costs aren't really, really high, so that's good. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Oh, I had the wrong one selected. That's fine. We'll have him come out and we'll drop our defensive pet. Let's go hunting now. And let me go ahead and set our night vision back to on. Okay, these places are going to be interesting. And I'm not sure if it's going to have like the super armored zombies all in here or not, because we haven't actually tackled one of these yet thus far in the series, so this could prove fairly interesting. Oh, there's a specter. Oh, that's my specter. How did I summon a specter? Okay. Sure thing. Sure thing. We'll just roll with it. Alright. Oh. There's an underground dragon here, too. Which, judging by the biome, is probably going to be a fire dragon. So if we get another egg, we can start breeding children. Which could be interesting. In fact, junk. Hey. There'll be a spawner up here. Which, I don't have a whole lot of use for the heart dust at the moment. I mean, honestly, I'm at the point where the spawner drops don't really matter to us too much. Cursed Edge, that's terrible. We don't want that. We don't want that even a little bit. Alright, yeah, this place isn't seeming too bad so far. But also not all that lucrative either, unfortunately. Oh, and I should probably throw my shield on. Alright. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hate whenever it does that. Like mid-battle like that. Okay. Come on, where's the runes? I was really hoping to find runes today. I was really, really hoping for it. Cooling. I don't want more cooling. Ooh, I see a Ventoraptor skull. We will take it. And also bones. I would like to start building these up. We're going to have to go to the end soon. Maybe. Alright. And I actually should try to avoid getting too far from the... Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's alright, though. Alright. Reach 1, I don't really care to have that. Disarm 2, Power 2, and Lesser Bane of Arthropods 5. Yeah, I definitely don't need that. Alright, let's head back towards the dragon real quick, because I don't want to lose it, and these places are quite literally mazes. And so it's going to be really easy to lose the dragon den and have a hard time finding it again, so... Oh, it's a black. Or, I guess, technically it's a gray dragon. But there's not a black dragon. But... So what I'm going to do... Like I said, I don't really need hard dust. You can use it to make, like, med kits and stuff. But our needs for those are quickly diminishing. So I'm not even going to worry about that. Hopefully my bow will survive long enough for me to do this. Because it's starting to take a bit of damage. And I wasn't anticipating finding a dragon nest today, so... It's a pleasant surprise, though. This guy's not even, like, waking up. He's just like, I'm just gonna sleep through this. This dragon's, like, stuck in, like, an eternal sleep. He's moving around, and, like, he's trying to, like, come after me or something. But he's just sitting here sleeping at the moment. Knock on wood, I'm just kind of waiting for him to, like... fireball me. Oh, I've got weakness. Okay. Chances are from the dragon. This bow's going to break before long. Oh, he's dead. Okay, cool. Cool. That's perfect. That's actually perfect timing because I had 3 arrows left and this bow had 26 durability left. So it wasn't long for life at this point. Alright, so we need to get down there. And actually to get down there, I'm just going to drop water down and just swim it. I think that'd probably be the easiest way to do this in this case. And it looks like we got 1 chest again. Such terrible luck. Oh no, there's a chest too. So we got 2 chests. And it's super misty again. I think it's so foggy because we're down really low. I did not bring any bottles with me, which is unfortunate, but that's okay, because we can easily kill above-ground dragons to the point that that's really the better way, I think. Yeah, we got an egg. Awesome. Okay. Toss down some of the stuff I really don't need. And actually, I've got my shade here, so I can give him some of this junk, too, to hold on to. The only thing is when you're extracting it, it just kind of throws it on the ground like that, but that's fine. I'm going to hold on to the egg just because, just in case, inventory bugs on things like that are not unheard of. So just to be on the safe side, make sure that we don't lose our really rare item. Because without another dragon, I can't breed dragons. And I would really like to get into breeding dragons. And then soon, maybe starting to ice dragons, but we'll see. Okay, so, there we go. And come on, rune. You got any runes? I will take this iron, because I am getting low on it. And I will also take the emeralds, because... And I guess I'll take the diamonds, too. I don't have a fortune pick on me, but I don't really care. Because we have a massive amount of diamonds at the moment, and emeralds, unless we start up a villager trader... Which I was going to do that for mending books, but I don't know that it's really necessary. It's kind of more fun in this pack to do as much as you can through exploration and not just big auto systems like villager farms and stuff like that. So I'd like to avoid those probably where possible. Then over here we got junk. At least I'm stockpiling back up on bones, which is good. And yeah, we should have enough emeralds after this for what I need them for. So that should not do that. So that should be good. It's basically just because we're going to make the advanced rune reader just to show it off to you guys. Once we find a second rune. And what do we need for... That's 47 levels for the next rank of Iron Skin. Okay, well I don't think I want to go for that then. I'm going to go... Actually I'm going to rank up Agility because I'd like to start working towards getting Hill Walker. And I'm going to do so until I hit 29 levels left. Because I would like to take the random crits level. Because random crits works for our sinful buff. And so I'd like to start kind of focusing on getting a few ranks in that. Okay, so back up here. We're going to continue exploring this dungeon. Although, I don't know. I'm probably just going to summon these guys because it seems like even my larger guys keep getting stuck. Even though, realistically, I mean, I'll one-shot most everything. There is a spawner down in there, so it does seem like this is working with Iconites, which is cool. I have them set to dark Raymons just because they're pretty cool little guys. I like them. With the dark skin. There's also the gray skin, but it's pretty cool too. But and I think there's probably a creeper spawner around here also. But I think the best that we can do at the moment is just run wild and rampant. Killing things, gaining lots of XP, and grabbing the loot that we spot. Honestly, I think probably even summoning would be a waste of time. I am going to let my mount just kind of run rampant and do his thing. Unbreaking 2. But truth be told, nothing can really damage us at this point. Especially with the lifesteal on our sword. Nothing really stands a chance, I don't think. Yeah, I want that unbreaking, actually. Yeah, this dungeon, it doesn't seem to be spawning any armored creatures. And actually not even that many skeletons, which I think is probably the most dangerous thing that we can face. Is that? No, that's the same dragon layer. It's got to be. Because I've come around in a circle, more or less, to get to where we're at the moment. I'm going to take that explosion. That's okay. We don't really take much damage, so... Like, if you notice, my body parts aren't even showing up at the moment. That's how little damage we're actually taking. Because this armor is pretty powerful. And the lifesteal keeps everything pretty well topped off, I guess. So, yeah, and we have lots of hearts on everything. Yeah, you just are going to eat that explosion, I suppose. Oh my gosh! So many creepers! What is this? What is this madness? Still nothing all that great. I was really hoping that we would find a rune today. That's what I was... I mean, I was really, really rooting for it. I was like, I know there's got to be a rune down there. Because there's going to be a lot of chests, which there is a lot of chests, but it's all just junk, basically. Which is unfortunate. We're making a big old mess of this place at the moment, and that's fine. Okay, so back off in this direction. And I see, like, XP everywheres. There's the Quill Beast spawner. And those Aphrates are going to be spawning from the lava there. There's got to be a skeleton spawner around these parts. Just got to be. Where, I don't know. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Lesser Smite, Reinforced Sharpness, and then we got Protection 2 and Vampirism. I do want that because Vampirism would be nice to have. Which, Vampirism is, it's not exactly like Lifesteal, if I recall. Vampirism is similar in essence to Lifesteal, but instead of restoring based on how much damage you deal, instead it's just a chance whenever you hit something that you're going to get a little bit of life back. Based on the rank of the Vampirism. So, what's on these? It's not telling me for some reason. And Plowing 1. Tilling areas increased while damages the hoe depending on the number of tilled dirt. No, I don't really want either of those. Lesser Smite is, you know, it's worse than regular Smite. And getting Smite 5 is not all that difficult. We've got lots of Smite. I've got a couple Smite 5 books. That skeleton actually had sticky. You didn't even notice it. At this point, I don't have any arrows from a bow, but if I do catch a sticky mob before I just kill it, like I did right there, we'll probably just summon mobs to take care of it, but there's an entrance to the dungeon. There we go. I just saw a little bit of damage on ourselves, which repaired super crazy fast. Of course. I wouldn't call us God mode at the moment, but we're fast approaching God mode, I think. Ugh. Gosh, these little guys are hard to hit. Okay. I do need... Oh. Okay, I actually need to get some water. Hey. We should be all set now. And back to it. There's lots of food in this place, just not a lot of other stuff. To be sure. There's sharpness 2. We are getting a massive amount of bones, though, which is good. Since the dragon meals did hit us pretty hard. Now, this dragon, I'm not going to raise this one to a tier 5. I'm probably just going to raise it to like a tier 3 because that's the... Wow. Tier 3 should be the stage in which they can start breeding. And that's really all we care about for this dragon, is making it breedable. Whatever spawner is spawning these has got to be broken now, I think. This is insane. This looks like it just connects over to a cave. It does. Alright. And I really don't need heart crystal shards. At all. Since we've reached the cap on those, like I said, we can use them for making med kits, but not really anything else. And so I'm not all that worried about them. I almost jumped into lava right there, which really wouldn't have been a big deal because I was literally standing like right next to water. And then of course my shade is just bathing in lava at the moment because he's smart like that. Alright. Hey. Hey, I'm level 50. Whatever in the world do you know? Unbreaking 3, I will take that. I like kind of stockpiling those unbreaking enchantments because I need to get over to my mount and drop... I've got my Chupacabra. I could summon him and drop some stuff off, I suppose. But I really don't need leather. Honestly, most of these things I really don't need. Feathers I can make use of. Bones I can make use of. But I'm level 51. So what I'm going to do... How much did I need for that? Iron skin is 47. Since I've got this many levels, that's probably what I'm going to take. But since I've got these... There we go. We'll take 2 points in that. And then we'll take the iron skin. Which means the next rank is level 51 for iron skin. Which is basically just clearing out one of these dungeons, more or less. Not even clearing it out. Honestly, all this loot I probably won't even come back and get. Honestly, I just don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, loads of food and bandages. I don't even use bandages at the moment. I really shouldn't loot those at all moving forward. Because we just don't have any need for them. And we are fast, like leveling up like crazy fast at the moment. I know, there's a darkling on me. There we go. Ugh. So you can just get lost in these places. These places are, like, if you don't have good armor and survivability, these places would be a nightmare. Just because there's no order or pattern to anything and mobs are just coming out from everywhere. But when you pretty much just walk through and just kill things by looking at them, these places are fairly easy. Honestly, I was anticipating this place being tougher than the roguelike dungeon because of just the crazy nature of the way it's laid out, but it's not. It's actually easier just because there are no super advanced mobs in here. Doesn't seem like. There's Lycanites mobs, But Lycanite's mobs aren't scaled to the point of really being difficult in this pack. They're basically just there, and like day one, they're like, oh no, it's scary because there's Lycanites. But the most dangerous thing, I think, is probably just the tiered up skeletons and zombies in this pack. And I'm not counting lobbers in that statement. Lobbers are scary all the time just because they chuck lava and burn everything down. There are some mobs that are still scary just because of their effects. I thought you were a Reaper there for a second. Okay, now I think we've been off in that direction, but we haven't been here. And we're fast approaching getting another rank of armor, or iron skin. Which is just crazy. Lesser sharpness, don't want that. And I've been through this area, it looks like. You could be really methodical with these dungeons and like block off paths that you've been down, but honestly, I like to just run these as like just a mad rush. I think up in this direction. It's just madness. This place is just madness. Okay. Ah, yes. Yeah, I'm honestly thinking that blight mobs are messing up with the education enchant. I noticed that with the creeper a while back when we killed that, like right after getting the education, but I thought, well, maybe it's creepers, but I don't know. That was a spider. It should have been like 20-something levels, but maybe it was, because I mean, we're at a pretty high level at the moment. So I don't know, but I really think it's messing up with those. But it really doesn't matter, I don't guess. I'm not too worried about it. Just because I'm getting so much XP so fast at the moment. We are fast approaching level 50, which it was, what, 51? Oh, yeah. It's another blight mob. It's just madness. It's just absolute madness at the moment. But it's really, really funny because with, like, mending... oh my gosh, we are rank 9 on armor skin. The last rank, the final rank of iron skin, which is 50% damage resistance, is 53 levels. Which I'm highly doubtful that we're going to get that from this dungeon. Oh, those are, what are those, Zotars or whatever? Which none of those have spawned here in this dungeon. I don't even guess I've actually seen a Zotar in this pack yet. I mean, I've seen them outside. They've been around on Lycanites for a long time, but I don't think I've seen any in this pack. Yes, give me the XP. Alright, there's 17 levels. There's still some spawners off in that direction. I like these Endermen too, because they actually give pretty substantial amount of XP. There's just loot everywhere. The only thing is none of it's all that good. But, to be fair, the XP here is really good and low danger. I do need to get mending on these pants. But I'm surprised my sword doesn't really take all that much damage. I mean, I think a lot of it's because I like one-shot most everything. I still cannot believe I didn't find any runes out of this place. Because I need 2 to make this, and that's not even like... At that point, I'm not even... doing, you know, this side of things, which I'm going to need some of those. Now, I'm not for sure with Forgotten Runes. You might be able to just check them in a test world and craft it, because you don't actually need the rune to craft it. You just need the rune to find out the recipe. So that, I mean, that might work, but that's kind of cheesy. And that's not something, even if it does work, it's not something that we're going to do. I don't know. I don't generally like playing like that style of just gotta get it all, gotta get to the end as fast as possible, but have some fun playing it. There's a Zotar. Aha! So there is... We found 3 exits to this dungeon, and the dungeon's still going, so... oh, I do actually want that. Remorseful Essence. I wonder if we can manage to get rank 10 of Iron Skin. Because, I mean, man, we could be, like, maxing out, like, agility and stuff. I mean, ideally... My big thing is getting that Iron Skin, though, because that's going to make a super difference. Even though, I mean, right now it's not like we're taking much in the way of damage, but I still, you know, I still want it. I still want it so bad. Oh, I love this pendant, by the way. Or not pendant, but the PE stuff. Because the speed boost that it gives, like that's what was giving me that like super speed boost there. And it's very, very noticeable. Yeah. Oh man, I was trying to get to that to break it, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and snap that off. And right now I'm actually trying to maximize XP out of here, so I'm going to try to avoid breaking the spawners too quick. If I get them after they've been up for a little bit, that's fine, but... Because we could potentially get the last rank of Iron Skin, which would be awesome. Ah! I just feel like a beast man right now. Just killing all the things. Snap that off. Okay, so what... Let me see. It's like nothing can even stand in our way at all at this point. Okay, so what did I need for... It was 53 levels. Look at all these, like, just leftovers of the bodies. Oh, it's insane. Projectile protection 4, purging blade. I don't really care that much for that, to be perfectly honest. But I think this place is starting to die down a bit. So I don't know that we're going to be able to hit 53 from this dungeon. Like, again. We have gotten a lot of levels, though, from this. And that is the 4th entrance, so... That means we found all 4 entrances that I saw from above ground. So, we're actually probably pretty well through this dungeon at this point. I'm going to check off in this direction. Oh, we still have more. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. I'll let these guys float around for a bit. This is pretty much just like the big mad rush of XP episode. We might actually hit level 53 here, which means I can max out Iron Skin, which that 50% damage boost is massive. It really, really is, because at that point, with our protection stats and stuff, it's pretty much going to result in us being more or less unkillable. Hey, backpack. I can fill this with junk and take it back with me, I suppose. Will I? I don't know. Probably not going to worry about it, to be perfectly honest, because... There we go. Get spawning. Make lots of mobs. Go. Which actually I know where a couple more of these dungeons are, which means lots more free XP, lots more bones. Which getting the levels for like the last, what, like 4 ranks of this is actually a lot of XP. I mean, that is a massive amount of XP we've gotten from this dungeon, but education, it makes it super easy to level in this pack. And this kind of stuff right here is why XP farms aren't really needed in this pack, because there's some monstrous dungeons filled with all kinds of mobs. Okay, so we are level 53 now, which is massive. Massive, crazy stuff. Iron Skin, rank 10. That is maxed. So we now have a whopping 50% damage reduction. Just passive. Which that is a ton of damage resistance. But I think we've explored this entire dungeon. And unfortunately, no runes whatsoever. I don't know. It's possible that some places might be better than others to get the runes. Like I said, the only place I've seen it is out of a village blacksmith. One time. That was it. I've got to wander around here and see if I can find an exit. Honestly, I think next episode we might take on the Wither. Because I'll be honest, I think the Wither is going to be a joke. And we're going to make a new weapon. Just for the occasion of taking on the Wither. And I think it's going to be massive overkill on the Wither, to be perfectly honest. But that's okay. We're also going to be making a new accessory and, I don't know, some other stuff. As well as a waystone that we can move around and have for use for basically just doing dungeons. And it's super useful if you're in a dungeon and you want to empty everything out, to have a waystone that you can drop down at like a centralized location inside the dungeon to move loot back and forth. And then we might start working on going to the end before too long as well. Because the Ender Dragon is going to be a super joke as well. And then we'll probably start setting our sights on the Tier 1 and Tier 2 Lycanites bosses. Both of those. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But honestly, I think if you get the Iron Skin ranked up and you get good armor, which we're going to be going for the Golem armor, I think, before we go do that, you can actually make a set that'll make those bosses in this pack. Because this pack actually has a lot of really OP type stuff that you can get to make yourself into a god, basically. And we are fast approaching that, I do believe. So we've got lots of gray dragon scales. Oh, which reminds me. Oh, that's something I didn't think about. This golem armor, we're probably going to have to use nether stars to reforge it. Because I don't think there's going to be anything that would reforge it. But actually, by the time we make that, we'll have an easy way to get nether stars. Because we'll start doing Lycanites bosses, I think. Then, which honestly, we're probably overkilling. I'm just trying to be fairly safe about it. But I've got enough scales now to reforge both of these. And probably come out with something pretty decent, I should think. So there's lucky, tough. I'd really like to go for one of the epic enchantments. To be perfectly honest. Because I don't really have much use for scales. I don't think they're used for anything aside from the armor in this pack. They are not. So I'll probably just start dumping them into reforging things and trying for better stuff. Masterful. So we got 0.5 luck, 1 armor toughness, 0.5 armor. That's good. And then we'll do these. I'm probably just going to hold off. Now, I don't have many scales left, and I did get a magic shielding, and I will take that for now. Anyways, with that, I think I'm going to end out this episode here. It's basically just a crazy XP dungeon rush type episode, which was quite fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I think next episode we're going to go face tank some withers. So that's going to be fun. Because I'm feeling really powerful right now. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys